Hey everybody, my name's Chris Warren. Welcome to the You Should Be Worried podcast, my delightful co-host.
Matt Lopes. How the fuck are we? How are you doing, Chris? You doing well?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing so good, dude. I'm doing real well.
What happened?
Nothing happened. I'm just in a real good mood.
You've just gotten to that point where you're doing mental gymnastics to be like, my life sucked before, but
Yeah.
I started thinking about it differently and lowering my standards for both myself and the world around me.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
I just got to tell myself that I'm doing fine and there's nothing to worry about, and honestly that gets me through it.
We got to just be like, it could be worse. I could be like a child soldier somewhere in the third world.
Soldier.
And you're like, so compared to that, my life's pretty awesome.
Do they get paid well?
I think they get paid in drugs. I think they get paid.
Children are doing drugs?
Yeah.
Where?
Like there's a lot of child soldiers in Africa and the Congo right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they use as weapons?
AK-47s mostly.
Oh shit. So so they have like some pristine like weaponry.
I mean from like the 40s and 50s, yeah.
What do you mean? So AK-47s were around back in the 40s and 50s?
I think the AK-47, okay, I take it back. I think the AK-47 was patented in 1952.
Why is it in my head they have like spears and shit?
Because you're racist.
That's a racist thing?
If they were
I don't think it's a
Ukrainian
racist
children
thing.
soldiers, would
I don't
you
think it's a
think they
racist
had
thing.
spears?
If it was a Native American thing, I would have also assumed that it was a...
Again, because...
But it's not a racist thing. They're two
racism.
different races. There's two different races.
You can be racist against multiple races. My uncle taught me that.
This is how we're going to start off the podcast. I'm going to
Yeah.
start being accused of racism. Is that what's going on? We're good?
Yeah, Ben's saying this is great content. Keep
I don't
rolling.
agree. I don't agree with that being... You know, I don't... Can
Matt,
we just stop?
How do you feel?
Let's stop right there.
How do you feel like we're doing this podcast on stolen native land?
Honestly, if they were to take it back, like, I think I would be on their side. I would help them take it back.
You'd help them take it back?
Yeah. I would. I'd be like, all right, listen, as long as the TP got Wi-Fi.
Well, we live in the area where they had wigwams.
What's a wigwam? What's the difference?
So TP, you know what a TP is?
TP, the
it's
made of hay.
Nope, but close enough.
It's made of hay.
It's like a...
What is it? Branches?
It's a... Yeah, branches and then animal hides sewn together to make a big like tarp they put around. It's like a big
How do they keep it attached to the ground?
They dig the branches into the ground.
Oh, shit.
Like, pound them in there.
That's fucking sick,
Yeah.
bro.
Pretty cool.
That's really sick. Like, the ingenuity. You
Ingenuity.
got to really give them some credit. What's a wigwam, then?
A wigwam is like a longhouse that they do like a frame out of wood, right? And then they cover it in bark and insulation. So it's like a big house made of tree bark, essentially. They stay very warm in the winter.
Oh, shit.
And they would have like up here and stuff, they would have like very big ones that would have like 40 to 80 people in them. So you have like a big communal house you all live in with a big fire in the middle and like have basically bunk beds. It was a fun time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like one big Native American
Fucking
life.
bunk beds are so sick, dude.
Yeah, Native American life in Connecticut back in the day, basically one big sleepover, dude. Just partying with your boys, telling stories around the fire.
Dude, I would love to ever have like had a bunk bed. Like I slept in the same room. Like there was a time period where my grandma stayed with us, so she would sleep in my bed, and I would have to sleep in the same room as my sister. But we never had bunk beds, so it was just like me next to my sister. Like, and it was the worst. There was no room to walk around in the bedroom.
See, I had a bunk bed growing up that I was very fond of, and then one.
Were you top or bottom?
Always top. Come on, you can sleep on top. There's no
fire,
point in the
dude.
bunk bed if you're not sleeping
You're
on top.
right. You're so right.
And then what happened though? I lost my bunk bed because I had a babysitter like watch me overnight while my parents were away.
Yeah.
And she was a very large woman, and I forget why there was like a spider or something on the wall because I was like 6 at the time. I was like, "There's a scary spider," so she got up onto the top bunk to kill the spider and just took the whole thing down. It just crumbled under her weight.
She broke your bunk bed?
She broke my bunk bed, and then she started crying, and I was like, why are you crying, bitch? You just destroyed
She's like,
my bunk bed.
I don't give a fuck if your arm's broken, bitch. My bunk bed's done.
And she was like, I'm fat. And I'm like, I'm 6. I can't help you with your body dysmorphia. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that's when I decided I was never going to be fat. I think that's what did it in.
That's what did
was that
it.
formative experience at like 6 or 7. I was like, I'm never going to break a bunk bed with my weight.
Honestly, that's good though, because you can go onto any bunk bed like at your age now, you know. Like, I don't know when, but like there's definitely been like there was an age where like I was
you no longer
like I'm no longer able to go on the top of a bunk bed unless like an industrial one. I would love to go to prison and then just like get top bunk.
I think you would collapse and your cellmate would die
Yeah, but then I have no cellmate.
That's true.
You gotta fucking think.
And a life sentence for the murder.
No, because it would be an accident. Honestly, it's the prison's fault. If no way, dude, no fucking way.
No.
If I went to prison and they made me go to prison and I had to bunk with somebody else and I took top bunk and that bunk bed broke, that's on the prison for having lousy ass bunk beds.
That's true. What gang do you think you'd join if you went to prison? You think you'd join a gang?
Are there any gangs in prison that just like steal everybody's food in the cafeteria? Because I definitely know I would not be able to just have whatever ration they give me. I would need more food.
You just stealing people's soups.
I would let you, hey, do you want to maybe like, we can make like a sexual like transaction if you give me like more bread.
You could be like a prostitute in prison. Guys do that. You could just be like
I'm just trying to fill my mouth. I don't care what it's.
Yeah, given the whole block, the whole cell block head, and they just pay you in ramen noodles.
Yo, wait, but
and Snicker bars. You can get Snickers bars.
I'll do.
They got candy in prison.
Guys, like, I'll give you a Snicker bar of my own, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
It was just innocently following them to where the cameras don't view.
Holy shit. Nah, I don't think I'd do really well in prison. Do you know what group you would join if you went to prison?
I see. I feel I'm in a weird place. Because like, you know, if I was in prison, you know, you'd probably, as like a white guy, I'd want to join like the white prison gang because that would make sense, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm Jewish and they're all like Nazis, so I don't think that would be acceptable.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to figure out like what group would take me. You know, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because it is racial, but then I don't fit into like I'm the thing they hate the most.
What do you do? What do you do?
I think I just get stabbed to death. Honestly, I don't think
you
I
don't
make it very long.
You don't
on the
make
yard.
it.
Just have my yarmulke on because they're not gonna let me bring this. Everyone's gonna see my yarmulke if I go on, you know, there. I'm just gonna get stabbed to death.
Do you think you would be able to make yourself useful at all in prison to any extent? Like, what skills do you think you have a skill that you possess that would make you like? Okay. Like,
well, I can read.
Through it.
I think that's pretty.
Stop. They can all read. They can read. They can read.
I think
maybe not English. Some of them are like Spanish and shit.
Again with the racism.
It's not racist. It's fucking. It's demographic.
So I think I would go. You know what I think I would do? I think I would go into prison and just like go to the library a lot, the law library, and just read the law books and be like, guys, I'm Jewish. Like, we're built to be lawyers. I'm gonna help you with your case. Because I've heard from friends of mine that have done time that there's always like one dude who knows all the like laws and stuff because he just has spent years in the law library. So guys will bring their paperwork to him and be like, what is this? Because you know, it's all like law writing. So it doesn't like if you're a normal person, you're like, I don't know what the fuck these charges mean. And he'll explain to you like what you got to do, and this is how you want to like defend yourself. This is what you should tell your lawyer, and they like pay him in food.
Is that kind of what Shawshank was about, or no?
He was an accountant,
so
he was helping them embezzle money.
Right.
But no, I also think I'd do poorly in prison because apparently the money in prison is coffee and cigarettes, and I love both those things. So I would just smoke and drink all my money.
Oh shit!
I would like the second I got paid. In the law library, I'd just be drinking it. I'd be smoking like an entire pack. It'd be bad.
But also, you wouldn't be able to help out any of the people who are like with their. No one would be interested in getting help on their case if they had a life sentence.
Well,
if they were there for life.
You might want to, if you're doing an appeal. For the most part, like most people that commit crimes, they're not like they don't have a ton to lose, which is why they do crimes. It's not like they're living a middle class life with like 2 cars in the garage.
The only thing keeping me from going out and like burning down a fucking Costco, because fuck Costco, that'd be the first place I'd go. You can't make a fucking carne asada and a chicken bake and then not do it anymore. Like that's fucked up. Like they made such good food, and then I went in there one day and like their kitchen was closed, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me,
I'm gonna
bro?
come back with an AR-15 that I 3D printed.
Yeah, dude. I want to know, like, literally where, like, do Costco's, like, they sell wholesale fire flamethrowers?
No.
Because they should.
You can get wholesale bullets.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah. I don't think you can ship it to Connecticut anymore because their gun laws are pretty restricted. But if you live in, like, Tennessee, you can order like 10,000 rounds to your house, no questions asked.
I think the whole main reason that I don't like set fire to a Costco would be because I like in my mind I'm like, I know we have the podcast, and I know that
this is the only thing keeping
the podcast is the only thing
hundreds of people alive.
This podcast is the only thing that you know is keeping that Costco up.
That's good. That's good. Well, we'll keep many more episodes, hopefully.
Yeah.
For the sake
As
of
soon as this, they'll know. They'll know.
Oh, you'll
'Cause
know
one
when this
week,
podcast
one
gets
week a
canceled.
podcast episode won't come out, and a Costco will go down in flames in the same. They'll be like, "What's the connection here?"
You could make your own flamethrower.
You could.
Yeah.
Like I know, I understand. Like Molotov cocktails probably aren't hard to make.
No, it's just you just want to put essentially gasoline in a bottle. I mean, people say it's vodka. You can do it with that, but gasoline burns much hotter and for longer.
Oh wait, you can't just set fire to alcohol?
No, you totally can. Like you can make a Molotov cocktail out of vodka.
Yeah.
But it's not going to have the same explosiveness and long burningness as if you put gasoline in that same vodka bottle.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so Molotovs historically are gasoline in a bottle.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know how Australia was founded, right?
No.
So the British found Australia and they're like, this is our new colony. And they're like, hey, anyone want to go to
British people came to Australia first. Who was in Australia before the British got there?
Aboriginals?
Is that what they were called?
Yeah, no, that's what they're
So
called.
like we have
Aboriginals.
Native Americans here.
They have Aboriginals over
They have
there.
Aboriginals.
Well,
Aboriginals is what we called them.
No,
they
no,
were
that's-
really just natives to Australia.
Yeah, but no, that's the politically correct term is they're Aboriginals.
That's a politically correct. It's politically
That's what
correct
they're
to
called,
say.
yeah.
That sounds so fucked up.
Well, I'm just telling
they're
you.
not Aboriginals means they're not original. Like they're not the original people of that land. Tell me I'm wrong. That's what that means.
I mean, if you were doing the Latin subtext of the word, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm actually shocked at your linguistic knowledge. That's actually impressive, man.
Made sense to me.
But we'll write the Australian Prime Minister and tell him that's racist. They got to stop using that word.
Every once in a while, my brain work.
But no, there were the Aboriginals there, and the British came there and basically killed all of them. There's not a lot of them left. They basically murked them all, and then they were like, "Cool, we got this new place. We killed everyone.
Yeah.
We got, hey, who wants to move to Australia?" They're like, "What's over there?" And they're like, "Spiders and snakes that will kill you." And everyone's like, "I'm all good in Australia." They're like, I'm going to go to India or South Africa, somewhere else, one of the nicer colonies, maybe the Caribbean. Like, I'm not going to Australia. So they just like started arresting people. And again, back to prison, it would be like, hey, you can do like 10 years in British prison, which at that point in the 1800s was like, it was death sentence. It was horrible.
Okay.
Because they had like horrible conditions. Or
the scorpions would keep getting into the cells.
Yeah, get in the cells. Or you can go to Australia, and we'll pay for you to go to Australia. You can just be a colonist there, and you're not.
Whoa.
So they just sent tons of people as prisoners to Australia. So they just sent like all these pickpockets
just to go live there.
and thieves and murderers just to Australia, and that's the original colonists of Australia because no one wanted to live there.
No way,
Yeah,
dude.
so that's why Australians are all descendants of criminals.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
You just put a bunch of people, like you take away all their ways off the island, right?
Yeah.
You just go let them live on the island.
They just drop them off, boat leaves. No one's getting back on that boat.
I would say that's humane.
Yeah.
Because like they still have the freedom.
Hey, they built Sydney. Sydney's a nice city.
Sydney has that really cool like fucking that building.
Yeah, the Opera House.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's nice.
That shit looks fire.
Finding Nemo took place in Sydney.
Hell yeah,
so it's
bro.
Like, you know, they
all the prisoners got sent to Australia and built an opera house.
Well, no, they got sent to Australia and then
They killed three guys.
They were given cats, and they're like, "Wow, oi mate, this cat really made me think maybe stabbing Johnny wasn't the best move." And then they're like, "We should build a paradise," and then they built an opera house because they're sensitive.
Dude,
It's a beautiful.
I
story.
love the thought of the opera house being built by prisoners, but like fucking murderers and shit.
They're descendants. Yeah.
They just fucking singing songs while they're building the opera house, and their fucking songs are about the shit that they did.
Dude, we should make our own Australia. We should just we should do that to Hawaii.
There's no more land.
Yeah, there's Hawaii. We're just gonna start sending. Hey, you go to jail for more than 10 years. You just go into Hawaii.
And we don't take anybody out of Hawaii.
No
we
one
leave
gets to
whoever's
leave
there
Hawaii.
there.
We build a wall around
And we just start
Hawaii.
introducing fucking murderers to Hawaii. We don't get anybody who's in Hawaii now out of Hawaii. We don't take them out. We just start introducing,
No, if you were on vacation in Hawaii at the wrong time, it's just like COVID. Flights are like, you live here now. You're here.
Holy shit.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. And we just...
Do you have to ever, does Hawaii ever have to evacuate itself? Or like, are the tsunamis not big enough to overtake Hawaii?
They don't get tsunamis. They will get like really bad tropical storms. Like the monsoons. If they're in the Atlantic, they're called hurricanes. If they're in the Pacific, they're called monsoons, but the same thing. And so they get horrible monsoons. They'll do a ton of damage and like flooding and like occasionally kill people. But the real issue they have is they're volcanic. So every once in a while, that happened a couple of years ago. Like one of the volcanoes erupted, and like lava went everywhere, and people had to evacuate
Holy
whole
shit.
towns because like the lava just took it.
But like nobody usually dies from volcano shit.
People die, yeah.
But not all the
No,
time.
no, it's not like a regular occurrence. It's
But
like,
however, back in Pompeii, everyone fucking died.
oh yeah.
Why didn't they just fucking leave?
Oh, because what happened with Pompeii is because this was back in Roman times, so you don't have the weather forecast, you don't have science really as we think of it today.
Yeah.
So one day it just started because it's basically just Pompeii is just a big volcano essentially. They just made a city next to a volcano because they know that that's what it was. And one day it just started spouting like, "Hey, why is the mountain on fire? That's pretty crazy.
Why
dude.
the mountain throwing up right now?
Let's all get a closer look at this." And all like went to go look at it. And then it just exploded. And the thing with Pompeii is it exploded so quickly. It's not like in Hawaii where like, it's small eruptions, just some lava pours out.
Oh, really?
It's like it was like exploded into the sky and
rained down
fire.
Magma and
what
shit.
really got everyone was the pyroclastic flow, which is all the hot rocks and dust that's like basically liquid at that point because it's so hot.
Uh-huh.
And
it fills the lung?
Yeah, it just comes down so quickly that's why they have all the people in like the casts and weird they have,
they didn't do that on purpose. They didn't put people in casts on purpose. They
got hit so quickly that they were just frozen whatever position they were.
Whoa!
And so basically, when they found Pompeii and started digging, they found basically hollow molds of where people, because over time, like the organic matter broke down.
Yeah.
Like these hollow molds of where bodies had been, and then they put plaster in those and pulled the plaster out, and that's how we have all those casts of people doing.
Have you ever been to Pompeii?
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah. I went probably like 4 years ago, dude. All those casts of people, adults,
yeah, it's nuts.
They were short as fuck.
Yeah.
They were so small back then.
People have only recently been tall.
Why? Why is that a thing?
Well, no, because back in the day, like, think about how much nutrition we have.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't know about vitamins. Like, really, only if you were rich did you really eat meat regularly back in the day.
Right,
so
right.
if you just were like a peasant, you were just wherever you lived, you were just eating like rice or bread, pretty much for every meal with some vegetables for your entire life.
Yeah.
So if you're developing like as a growing boy and all you eat is like bread and lettuce, like you're not going to get the nutrition you need to get big and strong. So that's why, like, historically, everyone was like 5'4" or 5'6". Like that was like a normal height.
That's nuts.
Like
that's crazy.
There was this guy.
They were also all so thin.
Well, yeah, you didn't have a ton of food.
Right.
You know, end of 2023, I'm gonna have a wife.
It's not.
That's the goal.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have a wife.
I was gonna say if it's not specific, then
a pregnant wife.
I feel like if it's not specific, it's
pregnant
not a goal.
with twins.
Pregnant with twins.
Pregnant with twins by the end of 2023.
You have a wife and she's pregnant, but it's not with twins, and you're like, fuck.
I failed as a man. I'm going to Costco.
You're happy.
I'm locking myself in there with my 3D printed AR-15.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Give me all the samples. I want all the samples.
Do you know how much I would be crying if I showed up here as like, I got a girl pregnant, she has twins? Like, I'd just be sobbing on this podcast. Like, I don't know what to do.
Dude.
That'd be so bad.
That'd be great.
I can barely take care of myself. I'm going to take care of twins and the wife.
Yeah, but it'd be such good podcast material.
It would. We could each hold one of the twins.
Dude, I would not want to do that. I would not want to hold any of your kids.
Wow.
Like, I would. I
just hold up the baby like,
it.
Ew, Jewish. Just throw.
No, that's not how it works. They have to, because you're not, no.
What?
Like, because you're Jewish now.
Yeah.
Because you converted.
I did, yeah.
That's, if you have children, they have to convert too.
No, they have birthright as Jews.
No, the fuck
they
they
were born
don't.
to a Jewish parent.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. No, that's the cool thing about conversion, and a lot of people.
Do we think that's okay?
I do. No, because that's a thing that people don't understand because people are dumb.
Yeah.
People always like, oh, you weren't born Jewish, you can't be Jewish, you can't convert. And these are people that like never go to temple or read their Talmud, have never read the Bible. Rabbinical sources on this, and they're pretty much all in agreement. Where they say in the Talmud, which is like de facto rabbinical law.
Yeah.
Is basically if someone
rabbinical law is when frogs go to state.
Yeah, they're like ribbit.
When they're in court, a bunch of frogs in court.
Yeah, with yarmulkes
discussing rabbinical law.
But rabbinical law states that if someone
eats my fly, I can I can kill them.
I get to charge a 10% interest rate on them.
Soldiers may not quarter on your lily pad.
Yeah. No, in rabbinical law, it's like if you convert to Judaism, and you're fully converted and you did it for the right reasons and you live a good Jewish life,
Yeah.
that they believe that you were, it's actually very close to the trans thing. It's like you were a Jewish soul born into a goyim's body, and by converting, you're returning home to where you should have been the whole time.
Oh shit.
And so that like your ancestors are now all Jewish because spiritually you're part of the
returning.
Jewish line. So like I can now as a Jew say that my ancestors walked out of Egypt with Moses.
No way.
Spiritually, those
That's
are my
so
ancestors.
sick.
Yeah.
That's honestly really sick.
Yeah. In rabbinical law, my soul was a soul at Mount Sinai
Fuck.
when Moses revealed the tablets.
So does that mean that like your dad now, like, even though like, he doesn't?
No,
fuck with,
my family members don't get in. It's me. I'm
It's
into a
just
new
you.
family, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, so your spiritual ancestors are not the same as your actual ancestors.
Genetically, no. but
Genetically, right? Okay,
Spiritually,
okay.
those
I was
are
gonna
my
say your dad's like, I
ancestors.
don't want to be Jewish.
Let me tell you.
You have no fucking choice, Dad. I converted myself. You're
my
you're
dad
a part
would
of this
be
now.
pretty upset to hear he's Jewish now. It's not going to go over well at the next meeting. He is not thrilled about it.
Holy shit!
All right. Well, it's been a wonderful podcast.
I had a great time.
Had a great time. As always, my name's Chris Warren. You can follow me everywhere at Chris Warren Comedy. Please follow the channel itself, You Should Be Worried Podcast, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We got Spotify, Apple Music. We have a Discord server now and a Twitter.
Trickling on into the Discord.
I only check it like once a week. So far, no one's joined. But, you know.
And my name is Matt Lopes. Follow me everywhere you can. And follow Benny Boy on social media, BennyBoy_20. Have a good night, guys. Love you so much.